Hey, what's up? John Sonmez here from simpleprogrammer.com. I'm supposed to be hitting the showers and getting ready for bed here, but I thought I'd make a video because I've been reading through the YouTube comments. Yes, I got sucked into the comment section, and I've been responding to some of them. On a particular video, you can check out the video on prostitutes here, and I will probably do a follow-up video, but I want to address a really important point that I think a lot of you are missing before I readdress this issue itself, because I think there's a bigger issue here that is causing you, a lot of you, not all of you, not all of you are whiny bitches, but some of you are, and you need to grow up and man up and realize that this issue, which is that you think that other people's problems are your problem, or rather, let's turn around and say that you think that your problems are caused by other people. If you have fucking problems in your life, it's caused by you. You are the one who causes your own problems. And so if you think that you can blame society or how things are or how women are, right, on your inability to procure what you want as a man, and I'm speaking to you men right now, then you've got a bigger issue, okay? This is exactly the victim mentality. I know MTGOW, and I'll say it however the fuck I want, by the way. That's how I'm gonna say it. And I'm not against the movement. I'm just against the victim mentality that it can breed, because here's the thing, right? There's some definite good justifications, and I've covered this in the video, okay? But a lot of you are using this as a crutch, just like I said in the prostitutes video that you're using prostitutes as a crutch, but you're using this movement and your backing of it and your rejection of society and your rejection of women as whatever classification you want to say, that they're just going to use you and you don't need them and whatever, and all of this bullshit, and saying, well, I can just pay money. That's bullshit, okay? Because what you're doing is you're taking your problems in life and you're projecting them out on other people as if it's not your responsibility, as if someone else is causing you the harm in your own life. If you're not where you want to fucking be in life, if you're not getting what you want out of life, if you're not able to procure what you want out of life, guess whose fucking problem that is? Guess whose fault that is? It's yours. Now, I'm not saying you put yourself in your own situation necessarily. A lot of you did. A lot of you continue to be in your own situation, right? Whether you started off in a good situation or a bad situation, if you're in a shit situation and you stay there, okay, and you don't climb out of your own fucking pit, that's you. That's not me. That's not women. That's not the world and society and the fucked up norms of society. That's none of that is the problem. The problem is you. The problem is that you think you can opt out of the game, and you can't opt out of the game. You can't choose what the rules are going to be and what rules you're going to play by. And yes, you can try and circumvent the game. Yes, you can pay for sex. That's fine. You can do that if you want. But you're still going to have a deficiency, and you're going to know that you have that deficiency, and you're going to make up all kinds of manners of excuses, but every single one of those fucking excuses, I'll tell you what they all come down to. They all come down to the victim mentality and blaming it on someone else, justifying your behavior and your actions and your lack by saying that it was done to you, that you're only responding in the only possible way that you can, given your situation. And that's bullshit. I'm not about that. I'm not about letting you off the hook and letting you get away with that bullshit, because you and I both know that that's not true, and that your problems are the sole responsibility of you. Watch the video I did on victim mentality and see that even though you think that you've risen above that, some of you, not all of you, okay, you haven't risen above that. And you know, I would love to just pat you on the back and say, it's all right, buddy, but that wouldn't be fucking helping you. It wouldn't be doing you a service. It would be doing you a great disservice, because the truth is that you want something and you can't get that thing. And instead, you're saying sour grapes. This is, you know, Aesop's fable. You're familiar with that, the sour grape story, right? It's so cliche. People say it all the time, but that's what you're fucking doing when you're doing this. And so I don't have to make an appeal to you to convince you to my way of thinking. That's totally fine. If you're happy with your life the way it is, if you can honestly say, yeah, I'm fine having whatever deficiency that I have and not being able to let's take this example of the prostitutes, of not being able to acquire sex without paying money for it, okay? That's fine. Then go on, live your merry way, right? And believe that. But I'm gonna guess, I'm not gonna do more than guess. I'm gonna say that 90% of you, more than 90% of you that are bitching and whining here, you're just making justifications. You're not willing to take an honest assessment. And you're the one who's suffering for it. And you're blaming other people, and you're blaming situations, and you're blaming women, and you're blaming the way things are, instead of taking responsibility and doing something. And so, again, you can do that. That's totally fine. But just recognize that you're not going to improve, right? That your situation is not going to improve until you take 100% full responsibility for your life. No excuses, no bullshit, right? Instead, you just say, look, if I want something, and you can, it's perfectly fine to acknowledge that you're not where you want to be yet. That's a perfectly fine thing. In so many areas of my life, I am not where I want to be yet. Okay, I recorded this video a second time, which I normally don't do, because it wasn't where I wanted to be yet. Even right now, as I'm speaking these words, they're not quite where I want them to be yet. And I'm willing to acknowledge that. But I'm not willing to stop there. I'm not going to make some bullshit excuse up and say why this was bad, or the only reason why I'm not where I want to be is because of me. Now, I may not get to everywhere I want to be in every area of my life, but I'm going to fucking try, and I'm going to fucking not put the blame on someone else. And if I fail, I'm not going to say, oh, the cards were stacked against me. Oh, this was the only thing I could do, or I couldn't do better. I'm going to try harder, okay? And if I die trying, then I fucking die trying. But that's the attitude, that's the mindset that's going to get you what you want. And I'll tell you, I know some of you say, oh, well, John, you know, you didn't have my struggles, or you didn't go through the problems that I had, or you had an advantage that I didn't have. Cool, that's fine. But but that's irrelevant. That's irrelevant. And you don't know. You don't know what I've overcome to reach where I am. And I still have a long way to go, mind you, but you don't know that. So anyway, that's it. I don't really have a lot more to say on this subject. I'll revisit the whole video because there's a lot of comments on this, and I think this is worth addressing a second time. But for now, I would just give you this one message. You are playing right into the victim mentality. You are believing that you're rising above it, okay? And by having that belief, by believing that other people who are playing into the game are chumps and that you've risen above it, you are exactly mirroring the victim mentality that you are trying to escape. And I know that you think you've escaped it, but you've fallen back into it, right? You have to acknowledge, you have to recognize where you're coming short. And when you're coming short, you have to be man enough to stand up and say, yes, I am currently coming short in this area, but I'm not giving up, right? That's all I'm saying here. So that's it. That's all I got to say for tonight. I hope you take this message in the right way and understand what I'm trying to do here. I'm not trying to show off, not trying to invalidate all of your... Actually, you know what? I'll take the second one. I am trying to invalidate all your excuses, because excuses are bullshit. Justifications, rationalizations are bullshit. It's all bullshit, and it's taking your problems and projecting them onto someone else. And it's fine if you do that, like I said, but it's not going to get you where you want to be. Ultimately, no one else is going to look out for you. No one else is going to give a shit if you have some justification of why you can't accomplish what you want or do what you want in life. No one's going to give you a handout. Maybe some people will give you pity. But, and then let me tell you one last thing here, and then I promise I will wrap up this video. But I'll tell you this. When you give some chick money to have sex with you, you know what she gives you in return? Fucking pity. Pity. Do you want fucking pity? I don't want anyone to ever fucking pity me. That's the worst possible human emotion you can elicit from a human being. It's the lowest of lows. I guarantee you, I 100% guarantee you, when you give some chick money to have sex with her, that's what you're getting in return, is you're getting fucking pity. There's no way. She's not thinking, oh, this guy's such a stud, he's giving me money. No, she's thinking fucking pity. That's what she's thinking. So if you want fucking pity, and this doesn't just apply to prostitution, this applies to every single area in your life. where you are trading your dignity, where you're trading your own self-respect and your own self-worth and your own ability to procure for yourself what you want out of life as a man, anytime you're doing that, the response that you will get is fucking pity. So don't get that response. If you're better than that, fucking prove it. All right, that's all I got. I'll talk to you next time. If you haven't subscribed already, click that subscribe button. See ya.